back for another edition of Adventures with Motive. Good morning. I have to start by putting the cupboard up today, and first thing I've got to do is remove some of this polyurethane, and then I can put a piece of plywood in as a fill in, and then that will level the wall out. There is a line drawn on the wall, and the shelf that we're holding in position has to sit level with that line. My lad is holding the shelf steady while I stick in the screws that will hold this to the wall. Right, there is a set line I've marked up so I need to be able to see it. So here comes your difficult job. Hold that as well while I put screws in. Yet, because this is not a self-supporting bracket. The inner lining in place, I have to drill one hole to feed the wires through, and once that hole has been drilled and cut, we can then proceed in screwing that piece of plywood down, and that should act as a good liner for the inside of that cupboard. Offering the cupboard door up at the moment just to see what clearance I have and how much of a gap is required. Right, as you can see, we've got the first panel in. I've set this up very similar to how caravans are built. I wanted an inner liner. I didn't want items that are up there flying around in the cavity below, and also there is the risk of anything heavy up there. Not that I'm planning to do this. The framework is glued to the ply underneath here and around here, but this part itself isn't glued to the wall. That is just being held in by about 6 or 7 screws. Facade panel will also be just simply screwed, no glue. So tomorrow I'm going to line the outside facade in wallpaper, the same grey and white cream stripe, which we shall do the same on the shower room area as well. And then we will cut out the bulkhead that's got to go in. So that's another job for another day. Okay, so I've added some filler, car filler, regular car filler, and covered up all the screw holes, blemishes that we have. The purpose behind this is obviously putting wallpaper over this will show up every single discrepancy, and we do not want this. We are now gluing the wallpaper on. We are using contact adhesive for this job instead of wallpaper paste. I have found in the past that it does not hold due to damp issues and the cold and etc, etc. By using contact adhesive you get a good strong grip. The only thing that needs to be a bit wary about, hot weather in the summer. We are yet to find this one out. I found that contact adhesive has been the best product to purchase to use on wallpaper coverings. You'll find this a two-man job, and you only get one chance to put the paper on. Finishing off by trimming the inside edge areas. Now we have to fix this into place, but before I do that I have to drill a series of 5mm holes, pilot holes specifically. When I place the screws through the holes, this will allow me not to split the wood as I screw it through to the walls and to the joining panel that's already been applied. Okay, for now that's about all I can do. Unfortunately, this glue I've used, which isn't the one I normally use, I thought I'd pay out a bit of money because this is one of these jobs you don't want coming undone, and it hasn't proven to be very good. And this is the stuff from Toolstation, but in fairness to the glue, I did spray it on pretty much immediately and then pasted over with, you know, placed the paper over on top. Never really gave it a chance to properly dry, which is why I think it's letting go. but it's only letting go where I've folded it. Which places like that. But we are putting wood, an internal wooden frame around this anyway, so most of this. So what I might do is just peel that back with some of the cheaper stuff I've got. See, that's dried out now. I have some cheaper stuff. Where is it? Up at adhesive. I don't know which one I used. That one. See, this is the range. I've found this to be brilliant. Used a lot of glues in the past, and I've just sprayed some of that on there, so I'm going to let that go tacky and I'll fold that around. Now that glue I've used on that wall, and that wall, memory serves. I've also used it on that wallpaper, and some of the carpeting, and it hasn't let go. So this stuff is let go. I'm not enjoying this one little bit. Right, it's a new day and I need to give you my absolute apologies because I forgot to film this process. I've been so distracted with next door's building work, I forgot to turn blinking camera on. But we've made a partition. It's made up of small pieces of battens, as you can see, which fixes all the way around. We've cut an inspection hole to access the bolts, which I'm in the process of cutting the heads off, and we've trimmed it off with smoke that I made up in the shed. We've also varnished it, we've screwed it to this, so jacked this up in the air, so as soon as those screws are gone, those threads, I'm going to make sure, I'll test this all out and make sure it does what it needs to do. I also put the LED lighting in ready. We're going to put a piece of trim over that, which is going to come away from the wall with some foil behind it, so we're hoping it'll illuminate that area up, but there's no guarantee that's going to work. But we had to try all the same. I've just got to glue that piece in.
Have you got a rad leak, Sean?
Yeah, forgotten where I was. Neighbour was just talking to him. Anyway, look, it's in place. I've dropped it down. We've just got to cut the bolts and do a test run, make sure everything is doing what it's meant to do, and then we'll go from there. The only thing I haven't done yet is drilled a hole for the wire to feed through for the light switch that's got to go on that side, which is what this wire is all about here. So we've got to drill a hole somewhere. I don't quite know where that's going at the moment, but a large hole probably at an angle through here, and we can come out with a light switch there. So when we come in the van at night, flick it on, and hopefully all the other individual switches will be switched on, and then everything will illuminate like a Christmas tree. So I'm pretty happy with this so far. Get the doors fitted. We've got some trims to make to go in those gaps, and then we'll put doors on. And at some point we've got to get some paint in those cupboards because we don't want black mould growing. So we need to put some mould paint in there just to stop any, because of the moisture up above, you see. We have been getting some of those problems, and some paint down that line there very carefully, which is something I didn't think of until now I look at it, and it's an oopsie moment because I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm now laying the cupboard doors in place. Right, we are coming to the end of this. I've just put that bit of trim in place there, and one piece down there, that's soaking wet, so I can't varnish that yet. We've got that piece in. We've replaced that piece like I said I would do. So yeah, I think we're in a good position now to start the varnish. It's a new day. I put some varnish on late last night. Doubled up the varnish on here, retouched this in. It's a little bashy, pitty, dusty, so we're going to give it a rub down just before I start doing these caps, because I've got to do them. I've been putting them off, but they've got to be done. And I think the last job today, the windows can be done another day. What I might do is bring another video in with the seats covered and the last of the windows and the varnish on the underside done. It's a separate video, but what I want to do today is get these cupboards levelled off a bit better and get a piece of trim put in all the way underneath. Hey guys and girls, I'm utterly exhausted. I'm calling this video, but before I do, pray the battery don't die. Hopefully this will work. One of the first LEDs to go in. There we go. Actually isn't that bright. There you go. It has illuminated that area a bit better. So there you go, it's all in. It's all in. We're going to put a couple of little spotties in the up there just to beam down on the table area. I can't get any in the slide out. I just don't want wires trawling through. I'm not quite sure how I could go about that, to be honest. So that's it. I'm blooming exhausted. I'm tired like you wouldn't believe, so I'm calling this. So again, thank you very much for viewing. I hope you like what I've done. I love it myself personally, and it is all about what me and the wife like. So next one is the captain's, no, it's the staircase, and we're going to make a start on the switch unit over here. Oh, we're gonna die. I'm gonna go. Catch you all later. Bye bye.